I wouldn't want to go to like buy a Harley from a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
I want to buy a Harley from a guy that has a beard like mine and like a
Yeah.
leather You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah. Most people in solar sales start out door knocking, they go door to door.
Sure.
And that kind of filters out a lot of the people who...
You know, they're already doing so why not add it to the value of your home?
Get rid of your quit switch when it comes to like rejection.
Yeah.
You can pretty much ace life. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Elite Zone podcast. You guys know normally we sit down with real estate agents, entrepreneurs, people related to real estate, housing, whatever. But, we've been kind of broadening out recently. We've had a lot of different entrepreneurs on. I've got a couple here today. I've got Carlos Morataya and Marco Velez. Right?
Yes.
All right, I said it right. Sometimes I get names wrong. So just before we started, I was asking him just to make sure, right? Because, it's really important. Plus, I'm Swedish, so, I have a different last name. And, being that my name's Max, I get called Mike and Matt and all kinds of different stuff, especially over the phone. But that's neither here nor there. I'm talking with these guys today. They are from Integrity Solar. And what do we got? CEO, COO, like president? How does that work?
We're the founders.
Founders. Gotcha. Okay. So but you don't have like specific titles where like you do operation stuff, you do oversee like sales. Do you guys like split that up or?
Kind of pretty much split everything. Yeah. But I would, I'd be the CEO, more take that role as far as like building partnerships and things like that. But, we all wear each hat.
Everybody wears a hat.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You handle more of the operational stuff. Is that what I'm hearing?
I do like the, I guess, executive function.
Executive function stuff. Okay. And then primarily, what kind of stuff are you doing like day in, day out?
It's more operationals, but we do both.
You guys just tag you tackle stuff together.
Yeah. We're pretty much doing it all together.
Got it. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Integrity Solar. I like the name. Integrity is very important.
Yeah.
Who came up with that name?
I came up with that one. Yeah. It's the most important thing I think it is in any like as a human being. Integrity is one of the most important things there is. If you're not living a life without integrity, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
So
I would agree with you. Plus, you don't want to do business with somebody that doesn't have any integrity.
exactly.
Yeah. Very important in life.
Right.
I think.
You're right. We've had conversations in the past about being cheated by people that don't have integrity.
Oh yeah.
Which unfortunately, if you've been doing business long enough, that's something that can happen.
Yeah.
It's happened to you guys. It's happened to me.
Oh yeah.
So no, it is really important. And so why like when you guys were like, I wanted to be Superman when I was a little kid. When you guys were little kids, were you like, I want to be in the solar industry? How did you get to doing this? How'd you meet each other? Take me back.
We met at a dealership that we both used to work at.
Okay.
Yeah,
Solar
dealership.
dealership,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we met. That's where it all began from there.
All right.
Yeah. So we worked for this dealer. It was one of the largest ones for that specific company that we worked with. And
In California here? You guys from here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm from New Jersey originally, but I've been out here for like 8 years or so.
Got it.
So, but yeah, this company, they're kind of they kind of lacked integrity, especially with how they treat the salespeople and also the customer. They pass a lot of extra cost on the customer just so they can kind of make some extra money. So once we kind of figured out that was happening, we were like, all right, let's get out here and start our own thing. And we were actually able to start our own dealership. And we pretty much brought a lot of those guys wound up leaving there, later on and came to join us. And we're like, because they've had the same realization. And then so we all like basically become this big team. And now we're, just trying to get out there and just be totally transparent with homeowners and also transparent with our salespeople as well, and make sure that they're getting paid a fair amount of money.
Yeah.
When we were getting like pretty taken advantage of.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, the pay that we were getting, we're not. We realized that there's other people that were getting paid much heavier than
yeah,
we were
for the amount of volume that we were bringing, a lot of volume, a lot of sales, and we were just like still
ours.
living paycheck to paycheck somehow.
Yeah.
And we were doing really well. We were closing a lot of deals. We were topping the company as well, and it's just still was.
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I think that's one of the reasons why what you guys do is so important for the consumer, because, like San Diego is very expensive out here. I do pretty well. My girlfriend and I combined, we make well over six figures, and we still live paycheck to paycheck sometimes.
Yeah.
You have kids, you got houses, you got, eggs
Electric
costing
bills.
$43. You got electric bills. Exactly. So, the service that you guys are doing, I've talked to people, that didn't even, they're like, well, you can't get around paying for energy. Like you have to, how else, they don't even know about solar, about how it works. And, usually I want to hear your guys' take on this, because when you hear salesman, the mind immediately is like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
100%.
sleazy salesman,
Yeah.
Like a car
Used
dealer.
car, yeah.
Totally, right? And you're like, you're truly doing somebody a service. And, I like a few bad apples ruin it for the rest of us, right?
yeah.
Because, everybody's had sleazy experiences with
Oh,
sales.
yeah.
But what I want to know is, what are you guys most, like, why are you passionate about doing this? And I know that Carlos is one of these psychopaths that goes door to door and knocks on people's doors, which I just can't do, man. I'm too sensitive for that shit.
Yeah,
I have a real estate license, and back when I was trying to do that, I was a lousy agent, by the way, so I got out of the business.
rough.
But I knocked on like 8 doors, and people were mean, and I was like, you know what, this just ain't for me. So that's what I want to know. So the passion. Talk to me about why you guys are pursuing solar. And then tell me about sales. Tell me about marketing. Tell me about how you guys are generating business and spreading the word.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in the sales industry for quite some time now.
Okay.
I came to doing charity, getting donations for charities, stuff like that, events, from selling internet and cable, coming down to solar.
Okay.
Right? So, and health insurance, things like that. So I've definitely been in sales for quite some time.
All right.
One of the benefits I see about solar is, these people are already paying these monthly bills no matter what.
Yeah.
Electric rates are going to go up no matter what, whether you like it or not. So it's being forced down their throat to increase the price that they pay for energy. One of the good things is about going solar is that, it gives an opportunity to increase that value of their home while they're already paying their electric bill already. So it's a great benefit for them already. They're already doing so. So why not add it to the value of your home if you were to sell your home in the future down the line, right? So that's great. So great benefit for going solar. And another great thing is that, you get to impact these people's lives, as far as the savings goes. Everybody's trying to pinch penny these days.
Sure.
And just reducing that cost is definitely something that is good. As far as helping others.
So that's one of the big things, the helping people aspect, and that's one of the big passion points for you. What about you, brother?
Yeah, so I guess that's what separates us from, those used car kind of deals, is that, we're just replacing something people already spending, so we don't have to like really do all these like little tactics, try to convince people. It's like, you're paying this right now, you could pay this and also increase the value of your home. Like, as long as everything works out, their shading is good and their roof is good, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I mean, it seems that way to me. So then what kind of, like, when you're knocking on doors, what kind of objections do you get? And I mean, if it is a no-brainer, is everybody really open to this, or like what do people say? Like, what kind of objections do you get?
get all kinds of objections. Not having the money for it is a big one. They
Okay.
don't have the money. They look at solar system and they're like, it looks pricey. I can't afford that or something.
What
like
do you
that.
pay out of pocket for it?
there's no money.
Zero down. There's
Yeah,
zero
yeah.
down. So it's just an excuse for
Sure.
people, to try to
Yeah.
brush the salesperson away.
Yeah, or they just don't know like how it works, so they're just like, yeah, I've never really thought about it. I just pay my electric bill every month. I don't really look at it
because you have to, right?
Yeah, I don't log in. Even like most people don't even have their logins set up. So when we ask them, pull up their bill, they got to reset it. It's just something that's just a passing thing that people don't really think about too much. So
Right.
a lot of it is just educating people on like that this is how it works. We just like do like a real short meeting where we have people. We have a consultation with people, explain to them how it works. We get them a totally complimentary quote. Some companies charge for that to have a specialist come out and just do it totally free. And then just give them all the information they need, and
So the education aspect is important.
huge, yeah, because solar is not like cars where everyone kind of knows like, oh, I kind of like Toyota or BMW. Like, who knows the brands of the different solar panels? Maybe people heard of like Tesla, but they don't even actually make panels themselves. So that, what you're getting out of a like solar system is, you really have to like. It's nice to talk to somebody like who's been in the industry, knows the differences and what to look out for and stuff like that. So
Right.
that's what we're trying to offer people, and try to help them save money.
Yes, these guys are trying to help you guys save money. All right? It's a no-brainer. Zero money down. Free quote. Right?
Yeah.
And then lots of education on why you should be doing this, especially in a sunny state. Like, what do we get?
Yeah.
Like, 300 days of sunshine
Yeah, it's
in
crazy.
San Diego, something like that,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, talk to me about the mindset of going from being an employee, which is, I used to be a corporate employee as well, and then starting your own business, because, like a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that get into the business, you're consuming content, you're hearing success stories, you're seeing the reels on Instagram of the I started my own business and made $30K in my first month, and so it just seems like, oh shit, well this is easy, but it's actually there's all kinds of ups
Solar
and downs.
coaster.
Yeah, there you go. It's a solar coaster. So
Yeah.
like what's some of the biggest lessons in business you guys have learned, and like how is the journey? What are some of the peaks and valleys and some of the the nuggets of knowledge that you've gotten from this?
Yeah, that's a good question. In our industry, we call it the solar coaster.
Yeah, because you start out, and most people in solar sales start out door knocking. They go door to door.
Sure.
And that kind of filters out a lot of the people who.
Oh, for sure.
Right away.
That's I just told you that. If you were like, "Hey, you want to come work with us?" And be like, "You got to knock on doors." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, it's rough. I did it for a few years as well, but I guess you kind of learn like you might get a 50 no's, but just one yes, and that person, it was more than happy to see you. Oh, great, solar. I've actually, was just looking into that.
Yep.
I just got my bill. I just moved here. It's already like $350, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's nip that in the butt right away. So, you get a lot of people who like totally turned off on it. Plus, like there's politics involved as well. Of course, it's the energy industry. So.
Of course, yeah. There's definitely politics involved, and in the current political climate, it's very contentious, very divisive, and so I definitely understand that. But what I'm hearing then is like, well, one, I think knocking on doors. There's probably no better way to cut your teeth in sales, right? I mean, you're literally like hey, open the door and talk to me. I'm a stranger. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot different than cold emailing. That's a lot different even than calling on the phone.
Yeah.
You got a lot of telephone tough guys out there and all this kind of stuff. But so you probably like really defeat your rejection switch pretty quickly. Which makes the rest of life, because like no matter what you're doing, you got to sell yourself. If you want to go ask out a pretty girl, you're going to have to sell her on why she's going to go out with you. Yeah. If you want to ask, your father-in-law for X, Y, and Z, you're going to have to sell him on why, to give it to you. When I wake my daughter up in the morning to brush her teeth, I have to sell her on why it's important for her to do that, right? So these are just like foundational skills. And if you guys are able to, get rid of your quit switch when it comes to like rejection, you can pretty much ace life. So how has that made a difference in other areas of your life, being really good at sales and, you know, hearing no and being like, okay, cool, I understand, but hear me out, you know, like tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it definitely puts you out there, that's for sure. You know, it's like throwing you in the water when you're trying to swim. You know, it's putting you in the field out there facing rejection. But it definitely teaches you things.
Yeah.
As well, so, you know, you know, way to communicate with others. You learn how to do that.
Yep.
Something definitely you can take towards whatever you do in life. I don't know what else. You know, just like you said, asking for stuff. You know, definitely. And you know, you get to learn what works, what doesn't work. A way to hone in your skills, and you get to learn that repetition is definitely your best friend when it comes to honing your skills. So
Yep.
there's a lot of that.
Repetition. That's another. I mean, that's literally how you know. I've got a like I was saying, I got an 8-year-old, and we're getting her into sports, and she's playing volleyball, but she wants to be good at everything the first time she does it. And if she's not, it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
And so I have to explain, you know, like nobody is good at stuff immediately. There might be people that have, you know, taller people might be better at basketball because they have an advantage, but you know, there's no, like, you have to learn how to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first time I did video, I was shitty. I hated it. You know, but it's just like I always tell people, it's like going to the gym. You go to the gym and it sucks. And then the next time you go, it sucks, but a little bit less. And then a couple weeks into it, you're like, okay, maybe this isn't so bad. And then like 2, 3, 4 months in, you're like, I don't know how I was ever not doing this.
Yeah, and then you see the results coming.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, that's kind of like what, you know, what I'm hearing. And that's like a huge aspect of life. Like, you know, there's no better way to do it than to just go do it.
Yeah, it's helped me a lot. You know, I used to be really shy person, you know, reserved, you know, I wouldn't really speak my mind and stuff like that. But, you know, once you get out there, you know, you get enough people to like scream in your face, you just start, you know, speaking up for yourself. And also you just get in that situation a lot. You know, you start door knocking, but then you start sitting down with homeowners, and now you're not doing so much of the door knocking. Now you're actually, you know, kind of, I guess, wheeling and dealing, or just doing consultations, informing people and stuff as well. And that brings another aspect to it. It's just, you know, being able to just talk to people and like have a, you know, conversation, which, you know, for me was like, you know, that was like, I hated it, you know, so.
Yeah, dude, if you can like go start a conversation with a stranger and build rapport, that's like the ultimate life skill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Approach anybody,
Yeah.
start a conversation, and have them not be like, why are you talking to me, you fucking weirdo? You know what I mean? Like, if you can do that, that's like step one, right? And like, if there's, especially now, like in sales and marketing, if there's one thing I know, it's that if somebody does not like you, they don't give a shit what you know, what you do, what sort of value you can bring, unless they've seen, you know, like you can like see, you know, like a Grant Cardone or somebody like that and not like his personality, but then like, you know, it's undeniable the guy's successful, so maybe you'll listen to him. Right. But like a complete stranger comes up, like you got to grab them pretty quick. Because if there's something that is off-putting, they don't, you know, they're not going to listen to you. You know.
Yeah.
So
I would definitely give, you know, someone advice if they're like trying to get out in the dating market and they're a young guy, just get into sales as well.
There you go, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Breaks your, you know, that barrier where you're like, I don't want to go say something, you know, but it becomes such a thing where it's just like natural. You don't even think about it anymore. So yeah, it helps you a lot in all aspects of life for sure. Yeah.
Love that. All right. So let's say I start working for you guys and I'm like, hey, you know, I don't have sales skills. And this, you know, this is real estate agents out there. People, like, if you guys need to listen up to this, if you're not knocking on doors, these guys are like professional door knockers, which is one of the hardest things to do. So if I'm a salesman and I want to be, you know, I want to do what you guys do, I want to get good at it. What do you tell me? You're going to walk up to do you have scripts in your mind? Do you guys role play? Like, give me like the rundown on how to properly sell somebody if I knock on their door, complete stranger. What's worked?
Well, we have a structure for the new guys. You know, everybody has their own learning curve when it comes to learning things. So some people get it faster than others. So you can't really, it's kind of hard to tell who's going to make it in the sales industry. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's really hard.
There's some people that you might think that they might not be good, but before you know it, they're over there getting the most amount of leads.
Okay.
And I really think it's because of the effort that they put in. Some people are talented but don't put too much effort. You know, there's those that want to learn, so they put more effort into their, you know, honing their skills, and then they outperform those with talent. So,
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
it really depends. You know, it varies from person to person. So we kind of have to first take a look at how they do. We just set them up with role play. You know, that's how we kind of learn how to coach them and what needs to be coached. It's seeing how they do, seeing how they perform once we're role playing, and we kind of take it from there.
All right. So if when somebody opens the door, what's your body language like? Are you standing
Yeah.
further away from the door? Are you right up in their face? Are you sideways? Are you straight on? Like,
Exactly,
do
yeah.
you like?
It's
Tell me
so
about, because
important.
there's that's subtle stuff, right? Like, you know, I've like, oh man, there was this Tony Robbins video I was watching, and he was like, when you go up and you talk to a man, you don't square off with a
Right.
man. You stand kind of sideways, right? Because if you square off with the, like, that's an immediate.
Confrontational,
It's
yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
confrontational. But with a woman, you stand if you stand sideways, they're gonna that sends like a strain, like, I'm afraid of you sort of cue, right?
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna stand pretty much straight up, but maybe not right in their face,
Yeah.
a little further back. Like, I've had, you know, other guys on here talk about knocking on doors, and they say, you know, you knock on the door, step back a little bit. If you're just like right up, you know, hi, we're here from the house of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. If you're going to the door, you don't know who's going to answer the door.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. What's the body
Yeah.
language like? What's the tonality of your voice like? How
Right.
do you guys start off a conversation, you know?
Yeah, so the body language is like number one thing. That's the most important. So, I mean, no matter who it is at the door, I try to keep distance, but not too much distance. You know, you're still having a conversation. You know, you're there to help somebody. You're not like, you know, you're not like some like criminal or something, right? So
Right.
You gotta have that ease about you. Like, it's no big deal. Like, I do this all the time kind of vibe. You know, I always angle myself. You know, but at the same time, you know, when the conversation starts going, I'm moving around. I'm like, you know, sometimes like holding my iPad, or I'll be like showing them something like calendar or something.
Sure.
So I'm like, you know, here's my calendar. You know, this is, you know, this availability or something like that. So, tonality, I think the best tonality that works is really just easygoing and like, you know, hey, we're just here, just doing complimentary analysis for people. You know, we just talked to your neighbor across the street. Their bill's only like, you know, $50 a month, so it doesn't really work out for them. Like, you guys like more around that area, or is like 150, 200?
Sure.
You know? So it's more just like you're just talking, having a normal conversation. You know, once you get into like the, you know, like kind of robotic scripted stuff, you know, it can work, but I think it's better really to just have that ease about you and just like, you know, just be there. Like, look, I'm just here to help.
Yep.
You know,
Gotta make them
that's why
feel
I'm here.
comfortable, right?
Yeah, like I'm just here. We're just in a neighborhood. Maybe we had an installation or something. So, you know, that's why I'm here. My company's here. We just had an install, so we just here talking to homeowners. You know, which is usually the case. But you know, whatever is the case, you know, I think it's best to just come off as like you're really just trying to help.
Gotcha.
We have a structure for our reps. You know, we got guys that are knocking on doors. We got guys that are in the retail locations as well. So,
Oh, gotcha. All right. So you
Yeah.
guys do like commercial stuff too.
Yeah, so that's totally different.
yeah. So we got reps in the retail locations like Home Depots. I'm pretty sure people
All right.
will know where Home Depots are. So we
Yeah.
have reps out there. We have reps that also knock on doors, and we do give them a structure, but we want people to be themselves.
For sure.
Right? So-
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to memorize word for word a script, you know, unless you have like practiced that thing for like a month straight every single day, you're probably gonna be like nervous about like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to get one of the word, and then, you know, you're kind of awkward when you're saying it,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just repetition.
Right.
You know? Yeah. After I'd say a 1 month of consistently getting out there and knocking doors, you're going to notice huge difference in your tonality and just how you speak to people and stuff like that.
so for agents, would you recommend go knock on some doors?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna up your
100%.
sales skills, right?
100% door to door is the best. I think, you know, a lot of people talk crap about it, but if you got some good door knockers out there, 100% you're gonna get some solid leads too. Like, the leads are much stronger than digital marketing leads, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to find someone who's willing to get out there and just, you know, get beaten up or get yelled at, you know, and, you know, you go door to door enough, you're gonna start seeing some, you know, so there's some weirdos out there.
Sure.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna find the guy on the street everybody's like avoids, and you're gonna knock on his door and
comes up to the door and, what are you selling, salesman?
Yeah.
To then you say, well, I was gonna try to sell you some handsome cream, but I see you bought out the whole store.
Yeah.
You see, that's from
That's
a
a good one.
it's
I
from
like
a
that.
Family Guy episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like the sleazy salesman who's selling volcano insurance, and Peter asks, what are you selling, salesman? And that's what he says. I was gonna tell you some handsome cream, but I see you bought out the whole store. And he goes, go on. Right?
I'll try that one. And that's a fun thing about it too. Is like, people like go out there and they're like, oh man, I gotta fucking knock doors. But if you have fun with it, you can actually meet a lot of really cool people
Exactly.
and like have great conversations.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, you totally have fun with
That's
it.
that's what I always tell, I coach a lot of people that shoot content, and they're like about their business. They're so, and I said, like, just relax.
Yeah.
Like, don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
And as a musician, I'm in a band, touring band. I've been doing this for years and years and years and years. And one of the biggest things is like, if you don't look like you're having fun, other people aren't going to either. So like, whenever I get like new guys in the band that, maybe have less experience, they're like, I always feel weird when I'm like moving around. I go, dude, if you feel like an idiot, you're doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like over the time. And sales is way different. But the point is like, if you take yourself so seriously, like nobody likes a stiff, I don't think.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is this the door-to-door dress? You guys have the nice polo, the iPad, whatever. Or do you like do like suits, or like what do you? What's the dress code at Integrity?
This is the apparel, For reps, we want them to be comfortable. So for girls, leggings is okay.
Mm-hmm.
So running shoes, company shirt, hat.
Yeah, because you're gonna be out there in the heat, the
Yeah.
sun.
Yeah.
You're gonna be you're walking a lot. You want to hit at least like 150 doors if you really want which could take a few hours. So you're out there, in the elements. So you want to be comfortable. But yeah, usually a polo, just comfortable shoes, like jeans, black pants, like nothing too crazy, and a badge.
So I've had a lot of conversations with agents about this, and just with salespeople in general about dress, right? And some people are like, nope, like you dress up in a suit, you dress to impress. Doesn't matter what the weather's like, doesn't matter what your client is wearing, X, Y, and Z. Other people are like, nope, I'm going to come authentically as myself because that's how I feel the most comfortable, and I feel like that's how I'm going to, put my best face forward. So I think there's like, arguments for a lot of different stuff. But just like out of curiosity, do you guys like, are you big into like the authenticity side of stuff, or do you are you more like, no, like things need to be really uniformed and everybody's got to say stuff the same and be like this, you know what I mean, like the different schools of thought there. What do you guys think about that?
I come from military background, so I'm
so you eat in a square.
I know all about that. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Sorry. Yeah, but everyone's in uniform.
Sure.
Everyone, lines up and everything like that, which I think is really important because you need to have like some structure,
sure.
some uniformity, but also at the same time, I think also being, not so crazy, you have to wear this is also, because it also provides better quality of life for your employees as well,
Right. And like interest, like also like I wouldn't want to go to like buy a Harley from a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
I want to buy a Harley from a guy that has a beard like mine and like a leather jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah.
And like I probably wouldn't buy insurance from somebody looking, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm trying to sell you insurance. Like, are you sure? You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like, dress for the position that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so our reps said they actually go into people's homes normally are more like, they wear nicer clothes normally. But door to door, these guys got to be more comfortable, just for themselves as well.
Yeah. But like nice polo, the logo on there.
I mean that's like this, just like this.
Yeah. I think that's good. That's good. Right on. Yeah. So then, what's like the future? What do you guys want to do with this business? Like, how big do you want to get? What's the what are your guys' goals and aspirations? Are you going to add more partners? Do you want to expand out to different states or nationally, or Do you want to but get a clothing brand and then sell, smart water and stuff like that? Like all the rappers are doing now. They got water. They got, Shaq owns like 150 McDonald's.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. What do you think, man?
Well, it's the idea, the best one would be to grow more into different states,
Yep.
open up more offices and things like that.
Yep.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
The ideal
We
stuff.
can install already, in Florida and Puerto Rico.
All right.
Places, yeah. But yeah, we want to grow as big as we can. Focus is definitely on solar. We just like the idea of you're already paying one thing. Let's just help you add value to our house and also save you money. It's what other thing can we sell that's like that? So, for me, I like solar, and just grow it as big as we can. We get some more offices, grow some more sales teams and stuff like that, and just grow as organically as we can.
Love it.
Expand to Hawaii, things like that. That'd be good. Just have our reps try to pick out their
You just
own
want to do that so
offices
you
to
can
start.
office there. That's what he wants. Say, hey, don't worry, I'll head that one up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one sale a year. He's like, all right, man, sticking it out here, man.
Give the opportunity to a rest, but ideally it's for me to go over there.
Right?
Yeah, eventually give them the opportunity to get their own business in a place that they want to grow it in.
Yeah.
So if one wants to go to Hawaii, why not?
Right. So the people that you have, one of the guys that I when I was working corporate, I worked for a company called New Venture Escrow, which is, it's an escrow company down here. And I was the marketing director, and the president of that company, was real hard on me, but he taught me so more than anything I've ever learned about business, about success, about mindset, about all this stuff, packed into 4 or 5 years. And when I look at it now, I'm like, he was literally, he cared enough about me to build me up to the point where I could go off on my own.
Yeah.
As opposed to being I'm going to try to get as much as I can out of this guy and keep him where he's at until he's just, you know what I mean? So when you guys build, when you talk about expansion, it seems like you guys legit want your people to do the best. So tell me about a little bit, before we close up, about building up a team and how to do that properly and what's important, and how to why is it so important to take care of the people that work with you.
Yeah, that's Carlos' specialty.
Yeah, man, I think it's great for you to spend time with your team, spend great quality time with them, show them that you care, not just because they help you with the business, but you actually care for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more important than just having them do what the job requires.
Right.
You want to also treat their performance well, so they feel valued in the company. So they feel of they're doing something that's going to help not only their lives, but also help the company grow, and it's going to benefit them to do so as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, cut you.
Yeah, just making sure that you're rewarding performance as well, so that that their work is appreciated in the company. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, because anybody, they can start out as a door knocker and then become go to be a consultant and then be a regional, and then from there it's really up from there. They can open an office anywhere in the country. We can expand pretty much everywhere. You can put solar anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
The
so the
sun
opportunity's
shines
there.
everywhere. So, yeah,
and it's not
there.
capped.
Exactly.
You're not that. This is as high as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So if you want to get more pay, go to a different job.
Yeah.
It's different. It's if you want to get to the top and start generating crazy amounts of income, it's possible.
Yeah.
You have to do certain things to get there, but it's possible.
Yeah, and the training is we're there to help people, train them from the ground up as well. We've done that with a few people already. So
nice.
That we're all here to help each other. We're all in business. We all make money together. So
all right, guys. Well, look, before we close out, I want 2 or 3 tips for the business owner, entrepreneur, people out there that are trying to start their own thing. Mm-hmm. They're starting the journey. What would you go back and tell your younger self when you were just getting your momentum up to alleviate some stress and pain, and what would you do differently? What worked really well? Just give some advice here before we close it out.
I think a good one is just a reminder of nothing that's good is easy. So things, you got to work towards things to make it as good as you could possibly make it. So it's a process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
So, Yeah. So I think starting out, the most important thing is, definitely getting a good partner. Have somebody there. You don't want, I don't think, do everything all on your own.
Yeah, no.
So somebody who you can work well with, who you can talk to, and have disagreements with and stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, you all move on. It's on to the next thing. So having a good partner with you, and also a good partnership. So with like whatever every business has to partner with some other company in marketing or whatever. So
Yeah.
definitely choosing a good marketing company would be huge.
Yeah.
Because that's something where you can dump a whole lot of money into and get nothing if you choose whatever it is, the wrong company, the wrong strategy, or whatever that is. So
Right.
that's not wasting money and on things that aren't gonna give you a return. So that I would say to be the best thing is just building good partnerships with people, and expanding and meeting more people, and keep on building your pool of partnerships and just like people around you.
Right on. Excellent, gentlemen. Well, look, guys, you heard it from these gentlemen. Look, if you're a salesperson, if you're a real estate agent, go out and knock on some doors. You're going to sharpen your skills. You're going to be better at asking out that guy or that girl, and you're going to be able to start conversations with strangers. If you're starting your business, partner with a good marketing company. Make sure you got good partners, and nothing comes easy if it's worthwhile doing, right?
Yeah.
Where can people get a hold of you two? Give them the phones, the social media, the website, if somebody wants to holler at you guys.
Yeah, you could go ahead and look us up online at integritysolarca.com.
Yeah, Integrity Solar CA. We also have an Instagram, Facebook account, Integrity Solar CA. It's all there. You can reach us out to us, 949-919-0478. That's
Okay.
the company number. So if you're interested in a quote or getting into solar, or just feel free to reach out to that phone number. Email Integrity Solar CA. Info at integritysolarca.com. You can shoot us an email there as well with any kind of information.
Right on, right on. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to make sure all those links are in the show description. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Elite Zone. We'll be back with another episode soon. Until then, go out, knock on some doors, get some deals, and have a great week, everybody.